What's going on, everybody? Ronnie DiMaggio here with BMW of Morristown, and in today's video we're going to be doing a walk around and overview with this 2025 BMW M4 Competition xDrive. The M4 received an LCI, a life cycle impulse, or in BMW terms a mid-cycle refresh for the 2025 model year. There are changes to the design up front, out back, inside, under the hood, changes all around, and in this video we're going to be going over all of the changes that happened to the M4 for the 2025 model year. Now, before we get into that, really quickly, a note about our YouTube channel here at BMW Morristown in general. We haven't posted a video in about 6 months, and for that I apologize. We were going through some personnel changes. I'm a client advisor now rather than a product specialist or BMW genius, so switching that stuff around caused some delays in the posting schedule, but we're going to do our best to get back to a regular posting schedule for you guys on all the latest and greatest stuff in BMW world, starting with this 2025 M4. So that stuff said, let's go ahead and open up the hood and talk about the changes to the powertrain. All right, starting off the changes with the 2025 M4, let's take a look under the hood. Not a ton has changed under here, but there is one important update that BMW made. Before we get into that update though, general powertrain stuff with the M4. This is the S58. It is based on the B58 series engine, but it is the S prefixed M motor, the 3-liter twin turbo inline 6. It used to make in competition trim 503 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. Now, in competition trim with xDrive, it makes 523 horsepower and torque remains unchanged. So a 20 horsepower bump for xDrive models only for the M4. That includes the convertible for 2025. The competition rear-wheel drive and the 6-speed manual are unchanged power-wise and torque-wise. So 523 479 for the comp xDrive, 503 479 for the competition, and then your 6-speed manual still has 473 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. So the S58 gains a little bit of power for all-wheel drive models. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same. But in my eyes, that's a good thing. This engine is absolutely fantastic. In stock form, it's incredibly powerful, really smooth, sounds good, is efficient. It really ticks all the boxes. So there was really nothing for BMW to do as far as adjusting this engine. Gave it a little bit more power, which is nice for the 2025 model year, but not much else was needed. As far as transmissions, the 8-speed automatic remains for competition and competition xDrive models, and the 6-speed manual is still available in your base trim M4 if you like to row your own gears. So that is it for the changes under the hood. Let's go ahead and close the hood up and talk about the changes to the front end styling. All right, up front with the 2025 M4, let's talk about the design changes that happened to this car's front end. Now, first of all, much to the chagrin of the BMW haters that liked to make fun of the big grille when this car first came out, BMW has not done a thing to change the grille. The grille remains the same shape, same size. So sorry if you still don't like the big grille. It's probably time to just get over it because the car sells really well. People like the big grille. I think it looks great, but it remains unchanged. But what isn't unchanged are the headlights. So for 2025, BMW has redesigned and sort of restructured the headlight options completely. It used to be for 2024 and previous G82 models and G80 models, you would order either a base headlight or you would order the upgraded laser lights. So the base headlights had those very simple underline daytime running lights, whereas the laser lights had the really cool sort of Corona ring-esque running lights. Now BMW has gotten rid of both of those and replaced them with a singular daytime running light design like you see here. So BMW's still maintaining their signature quad headlight design like they always have. They had the Corona rings, angel eyes, and that continued into the laser lights, but now it's sort of shifting, as you saw with the new X5, 2024 and up X5s, and now the new M4 into like the arrowhead design that points outward. So still has that really aggressive shape to it, and more importantly, the quad headlight design, just a little bit different than the traditional Corona rings. We see that sort of design philosophy transferred into the M4 here with the new arrowhead running lights. They've integrated the high and low beams into the same housing, so it's a little bit sleeker, a little bit more simple looking daytime running light or headlight overall. They look really nice, they work really well, simplifies ordering a little bit so you don't have to worry if the car has lasers or not when you're buying it. They all have the same look to the headlights. As much as the laser lights were really cool, I will miss them. They looked awesome. The new headlight is simpler and it really does look aggressive and a lot more modern than both of the previous headlights. So a nice change in terms of the headlights. As far as the rest of the exterior design of the car, BMW hasn't really made any big changes to the side, a couple minor changes that we'll look at out back, but while we're still up here talking about design, a couple things I want to mention that don't deserve their own sort of scene in the video. So as far as wheels go, the wheel designs remain unchanged. However, importantly, BMW has added a new optional finish for the 825M wheels. You can now get those in what BMW calls bright silver, which is fantastic. BMW has gone away from offering true silver wheels for quite some time. Everything's either bicolor, black, ferric gray, anthracite, something like that. Now, with the 825Ms, they are now offering a true silver finish. Bright silver looks really, really nice. I personally am a big fan of bright hyper silver, whatever you want to call them, those bright aluminum silver wheel finishes, and it looks really nice on the G82 here, especially paired to a dark paint color. So awesome to see that. Additionally, they have started offering a new graphics package for the 2025 M4. This one, which is painted in Black Sapphire Metallic, is not equipped with the graphics package. However, for an extra charge, you can get a really crazy looking like livery graphics pack on the hood and the top of the car. You can get it in red or black. It's either Toronto red if you get the red one, or Black Sapphire Metallic. And so you can order the red graphics with the red car, because you can't have Toronto red on red, obviously, but you can get the new graphics package, which is really cool. So new wheels, new headlights, new optional graphics package, and some couple more changes that we'll talk about out back. So let's head around to the back of the car. All right, out back with the 2025 M4, a couple of changes to talk about as far as styling goes with the 2025 model. Now, we'll start with the big sort of headline change, the one that everybody was talking about when this was first revealed, and that would be the inclusion of laser lights, CSL style laser taillights for the 2025 M4. These taillights that you see here are standard now on all 2025 M4 models and optional on lesser 4 Series models, the 440 and the 430. But all M4s get the CSL style laser taillights, which is absolutely fantastic in my opinion. I thought they looked awesome on the M4 CSL, and I think they look awesome on the standard M4 now. With the pre-LCI M4, I always thought it was a good looking car, but I didn't always love the standard taillights, and BMW fixed what in my opinion was the weakest spot as far as styling goes with the M4 by giving it these really incredible, super modern, super sleek, super aggressive looking taillights. I think they look fantastic all the way around. So laser taillights are added and standard for 25 M4s. That's a big change as far as styling. They have also a very subtle change that you probably wouldn't even notice, is that the ring around the rear rondelle is painted gloss black now instead of being chrome like it was on previous M4s, and they sort of did the opposite on the actual M4 badge. The surround of that is now silver or chrome-ish rather than being all black like it was before. So a couple of changes to the badging and a big change to the taillights. We now have laser taillights. As far as the rest of the rear end, unchanged. Bumper's the same, diffuser's the same, exhausts are the same, trunk, everything else is the same. So subtle changes on the exterior. To sort of wrap up our exterior styling changes, we have the new headlights, we have the optional graphics package, we have perhaps my favorite of all the changes, the new hyper silver wheels available, the 825Ms in bright silver. We have the new laser taillights standard on M4s, we have the black ring around the rondelle, and we have the silver outline around the M4 Competition badge. So that is the exterior changes. As far as LCIs go, it is, I would consider on par, what I would consider on par for most LCIs. BMW doesn't usually go too crazy with overall design. It's usually just headlights, taillights, and maybe some little things here and there, which is exactly what we got here. Subtle improvements to modernize the car, give it a fresh face for the midway through its life cycle. So overall, I think they did a fantastic job with this LCI. It's already a great looking car. There wasn't a ton to do, so they did what they had to make it look more modern and fresh without going too overboard. We got the 20 horsepower bump under the hood as well, so that was nice to see. But there's a couple more things to talk about with the interior of the car, quite a few actually. BMW did a really nice job on the interior of the 25 M4 with the LCI, so let's go ahead and hop in and take a look at that. All right, here we are inside the 2025 BMW M4 Competition xDrive. Couple of really awesome changes to talk about in here, and the first, I'll get it right out of the way in the beginning, is this new steering wheel that BMW has implemented in the G82. I cannot wait for this steering wheel to find its way into the M3, probably going to be in the new M5. All the other M models, put this steering wheel in everything that we sell because it is so cool looking with the carbon fiber trim and this sort of hollowed out piece down in the lower center. You have your big carbon paddles, your M1 and M2 button, really nice leather stitched steering wheel cover, and of course a flat bottom, which to my knowledge is the first time BMW has done a true flat bottom wheel in a production M car, a regular M car, without having to order like an M Performance accessory or something. Like every M4 is getting this flat bottom wheel. You don't have to order anything special. So that is really, really cool to see. You get the red stripe at the top. Overall, just a fantastic looking wheel. It looks great. It feels great. Everything about it's incredible. Awesome, awesome upgrade. And you'd be surprised how much of a difference that actually makes in the interior of a car to have a really racy and aggressive looking steering wheel. It really changes the tone of this interior, and it feels and looks fantastic. They did a great job. So that is one big change. And speaking of the steering wheel, you can now order as standard an option on the window sticker, again, not some crazy M accessory, an Alcantara steering wheel as well, which is cool to see. I personally don't love Alcantara, especially for touch points. It's just hard to maintain. So order that with caution. Maybe if you order that, consider wearing like driving gloves if you want to be that guy when you drive. Because Alcantara can wear a little bit more easily than leather, but you can order an Alcantara wheel now, which is really cool to see. A couple other small changes with the interior that are worth pointing out. There is a new trim. You have the M brushed aluminum trim that you can order on the M4 now, in addition to your carbon fiber and aluminum rhombicile or rhombical, however you want to pronounce that as well. Carbon fiber is still always going to be my choice, and I suspect it will be that way for most people as well, but you can get a cool looking brushed aluminum trim, which I have seen in person, and it does look pretty cool. Another really small change, very subtle change, but I did notice it in the press release. BMW said that the grain for the Sensatec dashboard is finer now, so that should feel a little bit more premium with the Sensatec dashboard. You get a more leather-like, a more upscale feeling material. So cool to see that as well. Now, those are some small changes. The other big change in conjunction with the steering wheel is the sort of combination change. That is the addition of iDrive 8.5, which is awesome. I like iDrive 8.5 quite a bit, or not 8.5, but the redesigned climate menu, I should say, with the M sort of software running in the background, so it's sort of a mix between 8 and 8.5. Honestly, it's just that new climate menu, which is really nice to see. So the climate menu is pulled from 8.5, but the rest of the car's operating system is just standard 8. You'll see, as you can see, sort of how that looks together here in these clips. So the new climate menu is really nice. You get the hotkey for your heated seat and steering wheel, or ventilated seat if you order that, which is awesome, and the much more streamlined climate menu option as opposed to the circles and the plus and minus like it was before, which was a little bit frustrating to use. So they've done a great job improving that. The other change right below that is, of course, this new dashboard and vent style. Again, subtle. It's a subtle change compared to the previous one, which had this normal slider vents. Now we're getting the twist vents that we get in the X5 and the X7. So subtle, but it makes a big impact. It really makes the interior feel a little bit more cohesive, in my opinion. It's a little bit bulkier. I think before maybe there wasn't enough going on in the center stack. It sort of looked a little barren. This feels like it has more substance. It's more cockpit-like, sort of more like built looking. So I definitely think that was a positive change. You get some cool new ambient lighting as well. And the tactile click of turning these dashboard vent controls is always fun. I like that in the X5 and the X7. You even get them on the sides here. So new vents, new dash design are included as well. Other changes to the M4, one big one that I just like to mention is not something we'll point out in the interior about this specific car, but an options change. You can now get the carbon package. You can see I'm sitting in just the normal seats, the standard comfort seats, but if you get the carbon package, you get carbon brakes, carbon seats, carbon roof. That's a big options change I just wanted to mention. Otherwise, you can just get your standard seats, your sort of more standard M4, and enjoy it that way, but figured I would throw that in there as well. Other changes to the interior, there really aren't any. That is it. It's the wheel, the new climate menu, the new dashboard, the finer grain on the Sensatec, the optional Alcantara steering wheel, and that new air vent design as well, the center stack design. So that will do it for the interior of the 2025 M4. Let's go ahead and hop outside to wrap up with our final thoughts. All right, so that's going to do it for this walk around and overview with the 2025 BMW M4 Competition xDrive, the LCI, the new M4. Hope you guys enjoyed this look around the changes to the 2025 M4. Overall, I think BMW did a fantastic job. Everything on the exterior, interior, with the tech, the powertrain, I think it's all thumbs up from me, and I think from the BMW community as a whole are looking at this LCI favorably, which is really nice to see. The headlights, tail lights, the new dash, iDrive 8.5, that awesome new steering wheel, lots of great changes, the new wheel finish, so lots of good stuff, and hopefully we will get to see all of that good stuff trickle into the M3 for its 2025 or maybe 2026 model year, whenever that gets an LCI. I'd like to see those headlights, wheel options, the new interior stuff, steering wheel and whatnot on the M3 as well, but for now, we can enjoy it on just the M4. If you like this video, please press the like button. Drop a comment if you have any questions, comments, or anything else about not just the M4, but anything BMW related. Let us know in a comment down below. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you're interested in a new BMW, whether it be this M4, the two other 2025 M4s that we have, or any of the other hundreds of cars that we have in stock, you can check out the description for details on how to get in touch with us. But that will do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.